40 billion app downloads, and more CES 2013 news. It's Tuesday, January 8th, 2013, and this is iWake. I'm Tim Chaten, and this is what's going on in the Apple world today. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of iWake. So, lots to talk about today. Lots of news. First off is some non-CES news, and that's from Apple. Apple announced that customers have downloaded over 40 billion apps, with nearly 20 billion in 2012 alone. The App Store has over 500 million active accounts, and it's basically going gangbusters. And incredible app downloads, 40 billion. Big news here. It notes here that in 2012, the husband and wife team at Emoji Studios saw their game Temple Run downloaded more than 75 million times. And they go on in this press release to show all the success that these bigger apps are having. So, very cool news here. And I would recommend reading this full press release, as there are some interesting tidbits here. But I'll leave that for you, as there is a lot of news to get to today. Next up is a brief mention of something that's going on at Evernote. And that was an Instagram picture I saw the day of a vending machine. They have a vending machine that says, "Take what you need." A free vending machine filled with awesome things such as iTunes gift cards, Apple wireless keyboards, mice, and some pretty cool stuff in here. So take a look at the Instagram picture. It is linked to in the show notes. Next up is the brief mention from CES that Hyundai are integrating Siri into their future cars. They will also be integrating Drag and Drive. That's a nuanced technology with Hyundai. Mobile high-definition link, and that delivers 1080p 60 frames per second uncompressed video with up to 8 channels of digital audio from a mobile device to a dashboard display. So, that sounds cool. And basically, this is just another car company that's getting Siri in their cars. Next today is another non-CES story, and this is a proof of concept called the Nebula 12 by Micasa Lab. They basically created this lamp that has this hot water container that enables it to show you the weather as it is outside. So it's able to show you a cloud if it's cloudy outside. It's able to show you what the sun would look like. And this is a wild thing where you're able to wake up to whatever the weather is like outside. So it's hard to explain, but having a cloud inside seems like a cool thing. And these images are just quite simply beautiful. So take a look in the show notes of the Nebula 12. Next up today is a little thing that went kind of gangbusters yesterday. That's Adobe's Creative Suite 2. It was being reported earlier in the day that it was available for free to older PCs and Macs PowerPC compliant. Well, that seemed to be a bug with the licensing server. So it's been clarified that this is simply not true. What's happening that is Adobe has shut down their activation servers for CS2 because of that CS2 users were unable to activate if they reinstalled the software. In order to allow these people to continue to use their software, Adobe has made available this offer for download, CS2 software, which does not require activation. The download requires an Adobe ID, and in order to install it, a valid serial number. So, yeah, not so much. Next up is an update on the Belkin Thunderbolt dock. This was announced last year at CES, and it's finally coming sometime this quarter. It's had a price drop down from $349, now at $299. It removed the eSATA port. It now has 3 USB 3 ports, 1 FireWire 800 port, a Gigabit Ethernet port, 1 audio in, 1 audio out, and 2 Thunderbolt ports, 1 to connect to your computer and 1 to give you extra Thunderbolt devices off of that. So this is a really cool device that I really would love to get one of these days. So hopefully it comes out, as they promised, this quarter. Next up is an update from Netflix with some new content coming their way. Revolution, Political Animals, Longmire, 666 Park Avenue, and the following, as well as Chuck, Fringe, The West Wing, will be coming to Netflix. Now, it's really amazing to me that Revolution and some of these newer shows are actually going to Netflix. So, the West Wing is already online, and this is very exciting news for those that are subscribers. So, more content coming your way. Now, some news from Parrot, the makers of the AR drone. First up is news on the AR drone. They're releasing a black box as an add-on to their AR drone 2. This is going to be basically something you're able to attach to this AR drone. It will be light enough that everything can still function as planned. It comes in the form of an orange add-on, but the size of a Zippo lighter, and plugs directly into the USB port on the bottom of the AR drone 2. It's equipped with the GPS receiver and 4 gigs of memory. So this will allow you to see exactly where you sent your AR drone on the map. So some pretty cool news there. No word on pricing or availability, but coming soon. The cooler thing from AR drone, or should I say Parrot, is that of the Flower Power. This is a device that monitors plant life. So this is their description. Simply place the Flower Power device in the soil near any of your plants. Pair the device with your iPhone or iPad. You can track all of your plants you need from anywhere. Once you pair the device with your phone or tablet, you can choose your plant from a library of about 6,000 plants, and if you're not certain of your plant's name, you can search by leaf type, color, and a number of options. So, what will this do? When your plants need your attention, the app will provide push notifications and include a graph for the long-term tracking of plant health. So, this is pretty intriguing. It'll be updated every 15 minutes, pulling information about the device, about the sunlight the plant receives, ambient temperature, and the moisture level and fertilizer content of the soil. So this will be released in 2013 sometime. I'd imagine by summer, as that's when people like the plant. Next up is an update from Belkin. More Wemo news. So Wemo is that awesome home automation device that I am a huge fan of. They've got an update to that. I've already reported about their light switch, but they're doing something else. They're working with partners. They're calling it Wemo Smart. What this will enable to do is this will let manufacturers of devices like coffee makers, crock pot makers, to integrate Wemo into their devices. Wemo Smart will allow, according to Engadget, Wemo Smart will allow companies to leverage Belkin's apps and existing technology to add new features to their various wares. At CES, a partnership with Jared Consumer Solutions, the outfit behind the brands like Mr. Coffee, Sunbeam, Crockpot, and more, have announced they will bring the home automation tech to remotely program and monitor small appliances. You'll be able to turn off the coffee pot after you get to the office, so you leave your home in a frenzy, according to the Engadget post here. This looks very intriguing and another win for home automation. I'm a huge fan of Wemo, and this is another big success, I think. Next up is the future of USB 3. We've got some word now that it's going to be matching Thunderbolt as far as speed. 10 gigabits output. So either one is going to be really awesome as far as speed now. Thunderbolt still has its advantages, I think, over USB 3, but speed-wise it seems to be on par, at least coming soon. I'm not sure when this will all take place. More information about that is in the link provided in the show notes. Closing out the show today, we've got two more stories. One is the Lego Mindstorm. These are kind of robotics for Legos. I had these when I was a kid. I was able to build an R2-D2 that I could control and had a lot of fun with that. Well, fast forward 6, 7, 8, 9 years, and we've got iOS controllable Lego Mindstorms. So this Mindstorm will include build instructions for 17 robots. It'll cost $350, available this summer. It's called the Lego Mindstorms EV3. And this looks very intriguing. All the details about this are in the show notes. Just some notes about it. It's got an ARM 9 processor, 16 megabytes of flash memory, 64 megabytes of RAM, and it looks pretty sweet. So that's Lego's Mindstorm. Closing out today's show is an announcement from Voodoo and Walmart. As many of you know, Walmart enables you to bring your disc and pay some money to turn it into an ultraviolet version of that movie. This is a thing I'd love to see happen for iTunes, bringing this to an Apple store. Well, Walmart's going to make it even easier by bringing this to the home. You'll need the Voodoo To Go app for Mac and Windows that already lets users stream or download movies up to 1080p. And what this will enable you to do, you'll be able to use this application to insert a DVD. It'll recognize what it is. You'll be able to upgrade it to a digital copy. And this is exciting stuff. The sad news is it's all ultraviolet, and I am really anti-ultraviolet. I think it's a bad thing for consumers. I really want iTunes to be the de facto way to do things. I understand it's not the most compatible with other phones and things, but it's the ecosystem I want to live in. So this is very cool news. Full details about this are in the show notes at iWakePodcast.com. Well, with that said, that's going to do us for today's show. As I just mentioned, the show notes are available at iWakePodcast.com. You can also check out my YouTube videos over at youtube.com/TCHATEN. I do this thing called iWake Again. Details available at iWakePodcast.com/again. Thank you for tuning into today's episode. I'll talk to everyone again real soon tomorrow for another edition of iWake. Have a good one.